You have a camp?
No. Do you?
No. Sorry for running into you. I'm gonna go now. This is the next world. I hope it's good to you guys.
I'm Rick. This is Daryl. What's your name?
Paul Rovia. But my friends used to call me Jesus. Your pick.
You said you didn't have a camp. You on your own?
Yeah. But still, best not to try anything.
Best not to make threats you can't keep either.
Exactly.
Holy crap. Oh, man. This show, dude. Oh, a lot of sex in the show tonight. I like that. That's always a good thing.
You think there was a lot of sex in this episode? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, right at the beginning, you had, well, first of all, there was a little hint that in the little Happy Homemaker beginning, the intro.
Yeah.
There was that little hint that it was foreshadowing, apparently, that Rick and Michonne were kind of an item, it seemed like.
They did,
you know,
yeah.
kind of slapped their hands.
The whole, family atmosphere of her coming out in a robe, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, that was a total foreshadowing of things to come. But here's the thing, though.
Of Rick's to come, apparently.
Well,
so
shouldn't be that surprised.
then you also had not a doctor and Tara apparently hooking up because Tara talks in her sleep and says she likes soda pop.
Oh, that's so... Dude, I didn't even pick that up at all. It went over my head about that. I didn't even think about that.
I still get a boner for lesbians. I can't do anything about that. But
you really don't radar lesbian action. Who's going to be?
Oh yeah, dude! I could spot that from a mile away. That's it, man. That's my favorite thing. And so, I did. What do you mean, man?
I think it's funny they're looking for lesbian action in a zombie apocalypse.
Like, look, when I watch porn, I have a no dick rule in porn. I don't want one. I don't want two. I don't want none. Just give me some chicks. Give me one chick. Give me two chicks. Give me a whole room full of chicks. I don't want none of the dicks in my porn. So,
well, welcome to the Bring Out the Dead, the porn edition. I'm Tony Lamar out here.
Oh yeah, welcome
Texas.
to. That's right. I'm Ross Miller. Welcome and stuff. I forgot what show I'm doing here. So,
dude, okay.
Don't just all that stuff was dream. Don't worry about that. That wasn't real. And so, yeah, and how many times, dude, I'm telling you, at least twice in this episode, I thought, no, it's a dream, right?
No, this whole episode?
Yeah, I was like, if they do that, I'm going to be mad.
About what? If they did what?
If it was, the whole thing was a dream.
Oh, this episode, there's no way this is a dream sequence. And here's the thing.
Well,
Kurtman was pretty smart what he did because Rick and Michonne had to hook up eventually because in the original comic book was actually Rick and Andrea hooked up. And she became second banana to him. Well, not second banana, but you know what I'm trying to say. So they need to move forward. So, I mean, am I surprised? Yeah, a little bit, but it was expected because it needs to move the story forward in the future episodes. That dynamic had to be there. So they had to do something. So I'm not that surprised, but I'm sure since you don't read the comic book, you were caught off guard.
Yeah, completely. I wasn't, but
I mean to spoil the fun, but just based off the comic book, you can see where they twisted.
Wet blanket of everybody. That's I bring them on just to piss on whatever I'm talking about. It's fine. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, that's my job. People,
That's my job.
Here's the thing. I'm the fan of the comic book, right? So
and you're real. I get it, man. I'm not knocking you. What you said was real, and you're absolutely right. But I love just the things that they kind of walked across in this episode. They covered quite a few relationships. They kind of showed a little of the Daryl-Rick relationship and what's going on there. You know what I mean? You had Eugene kind of taking charge over the garden. I need this stuff specifically. You gave me this stuff. I just like that he's stepping up a little bit. Well, it just seems like he has a little more confidence in this episode.
Well, these people gave him a chance, and that's what. Well, yeah. I should do something more. I'm pretty much sure that's his attitude. I'm not taking from a comic book. I'm just saying that I think he's come to his own light.
I agree. I think he almost feels, it seems like that he's like, I can't not do more. You know what I mean? I think that's where he's at right now. That he feels he's he's hid behind his cowardice long enough. It's like, now I just need to step up to the plate and do what needs to be done. And although it's just gardening, it's not going out and killing walkers, he is taking charge of it.
But he's doing
taking
something.
ownership
He
of
is
it.
being part of the community, which is something that
Yeah.
he lacked in the past. He always...
And it's more than that girl's doing. I can't remember her name.
Well, she's a teenager. She has her own problems right now. Okay, you never had a teenage daughter. She's being exactly like a teenage daughter, so...
Hey, I was a teenage girl once. And
You were in a teenage girl
I
once,
know.
but that was a
Oh,
long time ago.
That was a week ago, and that's not... Yeah, that's not right.
It's not right at all.
Dirty, dirty.
Speaking of what's not right, I was offended of one thing, and I'm surprised they're not going to get boycotted after this episode. Okay, I believe the Arbor people against, the tree huggers are going to be absolutely appalled by this episode over the destruction of a tree in this episode. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, what tree broke?
No, the tree that they cut the D into for Deanna when they buried her.
Oh, I didn't even notice that they did that for her. That's funny.
Yeah, look at they carved the letter D into the
Oh,
tree.
what a bummer.
In there, so sap all dripping out of it and everything. But tell you what though, that scene alone was crazy because that dude had killed his mom. But you know what though, I love my.
I agree with Carl 100%.
Mm-hmm.
That it should have been somebody that loved her. You know what I mean? She meant too much to it for it to be somebody else, and I think that it was good that her son got to have that closure.
Yeah, that's
in a
he
weird
went out
sort
there
of
to
way.
do that, and I knew what he was
Exactly.
doing out there. I knew it.
Yep.
Why else would he take a
no,
shovel?
and Carl was right on top of it. As a matter of fact, right from the point when he knocked her down and he's telling the girl, "Don't kill her," you know what I mean? She needs to live, kind of thing. And just the whole thing was perfect. And it was great because the whole time, like I never made the connection, and I should have absolutely. I never once thought it was Deanna because the last thing I remember was he gave her the gun. Well, she didn't use the gun on herself. I forgot about that, and so it totally makes sense. And but I just kept going like, who is that? Like I was running through my head like who it could be. I'm like, it's not Beth. We saw it happen. It's not. You know what I mean? It's like all these faces and nobody was pulling up. And all of a sudden, when it was Deanna, I was actually caught off guard. Which but what's with Michonne bailing on her post to go follow the guy? Was anybody else going to go up there and
I hope that'll be
watch?
addressed because it needs to. But here, go back with the Deanna thing real quick. Goes back to marketing. I say during the promotion of this mid-season, there was a picture of a zombie neck, and the shirt open, and that necklace was seen, and that was a promotion they put on the promotion for this particular season. Walking Dead, coming in October, and that was a sure, fruition or whatever that we're going to deal with Deanna in this mid-season, and that's exactly what they did. They brought closure to that character.
No, you're right, and that's why I don't watch those promos or look at any of that stuff.
But you might not even caught that if you saw that ad. Probably not.
I hope I wouldn't have, but what if I did, and that's why I don't watch
Yeah.
it. So.
Well, let's just let you know there was a throwback to that they actually touched on during the promotion of it. So
No, that's cool, and I'm glad that they dealt with it. I'm glad that they gave her a little more because Deanna was a very powerful character, and I'm glad they did something for her.
well, here's another thing. It was pretty cool when they showed the wall. I mean, this is a great episode after the whole massive stuff right here. I love the fact they went, gave a couple of weeks after everything's done.
Absolutely.
It had to be the next day. I love the fact that they need to do that. I'm glad that they fast forward a little bit. Not necessary.
Well, and it's really funny if you look at the contrast. The entire first season plus the last episode was a matter of a couple days. And then, boom, 2 weeks later, or 3 weeks or whatever, they didn't really give a specific amount of time.
Yeah, and note the fact that they're still changing the bandage of Carl's head wound. So
Absolutely, that's going to be a wound for a little while.
he's
I think.
gonna be working on it for a while.
That's going to leave a mark.
But did they do some foreshadowing in this episode, or something that I don't know if you noticed? But
Let me see what didn't I catch?
the wall of all the people fallen during the whatever, or people have died during the whole zombie apocalypse thing, whatever. And they had Glenn's name, but it was like grayed out. It was still up there, but kind of grayed out. It wasn't like they paint over it and like totally wiped it away. Because to me, it might be foreshadowing,
Or maybe it's another tease.
Yep. So
I'm not going to believe that Glenn is dead until I see him chewing on somebody. So that's the way I'm
still don't
looking
believe
at it.
that's real chewing. He could be faking that.
Completely, man. But okay, and then what about Kung Fu Jesus? We haven't even talked
Man,
about
oh
Kung Fu
man,
Jesus
I'm
yet.
so excited. I believe Jesus was actually watching them deal with Alexander and the zombies. He was watching from a distance in the comic book.
Probably. Yeah, no, it would
Yeah.
make sense.
Well,
that
that's
he was,
how his character.
he
yeah.
did. It didn't seem like he was suddenly surprised by them. He came with some knowledge
Yeah,
somehow.
so I think he's been checking
You know
them
what I
out.
mean?
Well, they may touch on that next episode, but I'm so. This is one of the characters I was hoping last beginning of the season. I kept hitting like Jesus is coming or whatever, made some stupid hints because I kept like push the story forward, like not knowing what I wanted would be in these 2 episodes. So
Right,
So
exactly.
pretty much what I was really excited about are now happening in these last 2 episodes. So I'm glad Jesus can bring a lot to the show. It showed one thing: he took out Rick and
He
Daryl.
knows how to fight.
So
He's gonna give Morgan and his stick a run for their money. I'll tell you that.
I'm glad you brought that up. But check this out, though. He's a great character. I'm hoping for great things, but then again, this show has sometimes it's pulled a wool right from under me, and he may just be in 2 episodes and they take him out. I don't know, but it would be stupid. It's just like right now, it's like the whole thing with Michonne and Rick. It was a twist, but it was needed. It had to go because of how they did it with the Andrea character. They changed her up a little bit. So
Yep.
So
And not to mention the big twist, the big surprise that apparently getting shot in the eye makes you taller.
he has grown a little bit.
Dude, it seemed like from last episode, like he grew a foot and a half.
Well,
it looked like. You know what I mean?
technically, I could believe it because I think this is where they actually start reshooting. Because last episode was actually shot last year, and then this set, the one we saw today, is pretty much when it came back from after their break and started shooting it.
I think you're right.
So-
I think you're right on
So
that.
I can see why it could be a big difference in height. But I'm just, hey,
And it would make sense too because you want a completely different feel for where they're going now. Whereas last episode, you wanted the feeling like they were wrapping up what happened before. So it's good that if they did that right with that other batch of episodes, then that's the perfect time to film it while everybody's still in that mode. And then it's like, okay, you're coming back, and here's what you're coming back to, and it's
you also got to think about
totally fresh,
the
so.
way the set was put together. You got to get that shot done quickly, so they're not going to leave it there.
Absolutely.
Come back, almost 6 months later, or whatever.
yeah, that's a good point too.
So anyway, that's how it goes.
Fine, you're right.
It's just a director and producer that I am.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just to recap the Jesus thing, I'm excited about. I love how this episode was just about a road trip to get more supplies, and look all that happened. It's great how they can throw little nuggets like this, because you can follow the whole. I mean, just the adventure part of Rick and Daryl, and then
Well, that's what pissed me off so much, man. All that effort, they actually got a decent score. They've even said for weeks now they haven't been getting anything. They get a great score, and then Kung Fu Jesus sinks the truck. Now, this is why you shoot strangers in this world. You know what I mean? Don't bring them in. They're a pain in the ass. They're not going to get you.
it. It's not that hard to get. It's canned food.
I'll tell you right now, that motherfucker is going to get it. Jesus is going to be the one diving.
He's gonna be
for that
walking on
shit.
water and picking that shit up.
Yeah, oh man, I'm telling you what.
I can assure you this though. I'm pretty sure they'll be going back to that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it happened in a
would
comic
think.
book or not. I'm not saying. I'm just.
No, but there's probably a walker down there in the bottom of the lake. That's just the way it is.
That'd be
so.
freaking awesome. They're like in the car, reaching out at the. Okay, I'm just.
Walker in a hole in the log in the bottom of the lake. No, okay. So anyway, and so, yeah, this is what you get when we're too tired and we shouldn't be doing this shit.
No, I'm good. I'm telling you what though. I'm just.
I know. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm fine.
And-
All right. What?
Yeah. Well, we haven't brought it up yet, but so far I'm pretty good on my prediction of no Negan
Right? No, he hasn't come up yet.
Nope.
I didn't expect him quite this soon.
Negan
Wouldn't that have pissed you off? I'm Negan.
from the very first scene.
He pulls the mask down. I'm Negan. Oh fuck.
Here we go. Talk. Oh yeah, but no.
No, and like I said, I think that something's going to happen. As a matter of fact, I made my prediction. Let me make it right here. I told you the other day, but let me make it here live on the air, live, so that people can hear it now and then judge me for being wrong later. But I honestly think that Negan will show up because towards somewhere along the line here, somebody's going to get kidnapped. If the last half of the season is any judge, it's going to either be Maggie or Maggie or Glenn, apparently. And they're going to get taken, and you're going to see them, like, he's just going to, they might not even say his name, but he's going to just, like, walk on camera, and they're just going to show him, da, 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 you know what I mean? And then later, it's going to be something that they have to deal with, and then there could be a confrontation that could actually introduce him. Like you said, probably on the last episode, they'll actually have something happen. Yeah, that's my prediction on how this will work.
I'm expecting a huge cliffhanger. If I was writing this show, I would Negan do his thing and make us think that he killed somebody, and that way
Well,
we don't
maybe
know
that's
who.
why you're not writing the show.
I'm just saying that would be my ending of this season. Because tell you what, they haven't had a real cliffhanger, and this would be one that I want people to be fucking pissed. Like, what? You know, it could be anybody. Let's take somebody out and let them hang all summer long. And tell you what, though, it hasn't been done yet. They haven't had a big hit cliffhanger, and this is the time to do it, because I'm telling you, season 7 is going to be freaking crazy.
Well, I like that. Instead of like who shot JR, it'd be like JR shot who.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to
Gotta
get.
reverse it.
I just have faith that so far, to me, this is one of the best episodes, in my opinion, and I was very, very happy with it, and it didn't need to be saturated with zombies. Like, they paid it off.
No, they did all the zombies the first half of the season. If you didn't get enough zombies in the last 8-9 episodes now, you know what I mean? What could they possibly do to satiate you? You know what I mean? So don't forget about that. What this episode was exactly what they needed. They pulled it into low gear, and they just told a really great story, humanized our characters again, showed us brand new bonds that are happening. And they're changing up the dynamic for this season, for the rest of this season, and that's what they need. And then Negan will set it off to change Rick for the next season.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: it's a new world. That's exactly what this episode is showing. The change, as you just mentioned, of the dynamics that's going to be now playing. How's this going to play out in the next couple episodes? And like you said, in this next season, and that's what we're getting in this one. And I think unless the next episode too, I think we'll still carry over this whole bonding, whatever, or learning the characters, and then we're going to bond with Jesus in the next episode, most likely, or they're going to do the origin of Jesus. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you mean like Mary?
Of this world, of this zombie thing.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. But what do you think about Eugene being in the garden? Do you think that was like Carl, like going, Rick, you're not going to be Farmer Rick again? You know what I mean? Like, he just cut him off. He's like, we saw what happened last time. Your ass is staying constable. And
no, I don't think
Eugene, get out there and dig a hole.
I think Eugene just filled a gap, because I don't think
No, but I think that there was some conscious, because Rick probably wanted to slow down, like he was saying. He was, he's exhausted by what's been going on, and I bet for a moment he was like, "Ooh, I could start farming again," and everyone went, "No,
take this gun and protect us."
Yes, here, take a gun, get out there.
So we think about the girl. I mean, the little girl. I keep calling her a little girl, but she's not. She's actually a teenager. I mean, I don't know her name. That's how much I care about the character. I don't know who.
Yeah, I've never bonded with this character at all. She's very unsympathetic, and she's just, I don't know. She's just unpleasant, which is good, because that is a teenager. That she's doing a great job at being a teenager on the show. But I just don't like the part they're writing for her. I think they should do more with her.
That's the problem I think they have. They don't know what to do with her at this point. So just let her run around and be a little emo and whatever. So,
and you could even see, like, Maggie was like, you came and helped me on the thing. You did this over here. You helped Glenn get back. You know what I mean? She was like giving her all this stuff, and it's like at the end of it, it's like, yeah, but what are you doing in this episode? She really. She didn't serve any purpose to the story. She was just more like...
I said, you know what, woman? I would tell her to shut the hell up. That's how it been me. I said, listen, it wasn't for me. You would be getting no action every night with your man, so you need to just shut the hell up. I did my due.
You just mind your business.
Mind your own goddamn business. I think I paid my dues for a couple fucking weeks. I don't know. That's just me, though. I'm different.
Now, if Carl would have let her take that zombie out, Carl would have been getting him a little strange out there in the...
I don't think he didn't give a. I don't think he cares right now. I don't think that's.
No, I don't think
it
he
is
does
not right
either.
now because he feels like
It's hard. It's hard to get a hard on in the zombie apocalypse unless you're, kind of weird.
no way they have to sooner or later, or
You would think.
You would think it was. Hey, man, that might be the cliffhanger that they
Oh, somebody fucked somebody.
a whole new Walking Dead, man.
Maybe Carl will get pregnant.
Well, here's one thing that they haven't announced yet, but is they're going to do season 8. They haven't announced that yet.
Oh yeah. Right
And
on.
usually
Well,
around this time, they would start announcing that we already know got with season 7. They already announced that. But then again, maybe they already did get season 8, and I just wasn't aware of it. Because usually, there's a time we hear about what's they got renewed, which is obvious. 'Cause they can go on for another at least 3 or 4 more seasons.
Well, and it really depends on the cast, like how long they're willing to hang on for. But it seems like everybody's in it for the
Well, here,
long
think
haul.
about this for a minute. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we touched on this a little bit a couple weeks back, but why at this day and age, I don't think actors are that selfish that they used to be. They see something.
I don't think it's so much selfishness. It depends on the conditions. Like there's only so long that you're going to want to put up with certain things. And as good as the show is, they got ticks and they got there's a lot of stuff that they are dealing with day in and day out. So again, it just depends on what kind of stick to itiveness they have. Now again, I'm not saying that they're not going to do it. I think they can do it. I think they are in it for the long haul.
Here.
But that really they are because the writers can go on forever. But it really does. The cast is going to be key to how long the show will go on.
This is giving you the most honest answer. Okay, I'm not an outdoorsy person. Okay, and put the money and the security aside and just look at the acting and what leaves here. This is like someone's Lost. I mean, not even this is better than Lost, as far as the replayability of this show. This show will run reruns for eons, pretty much.
Yeah, but
Okay?
even Lost people. I mean, none of the key guys, but like for example, Adewale, the guy who played Mr. Echo, he just didn't want to do it anymore. He just said, "Look, there's better options out there," and he went to go do something else. And so again, and I'm not saying that that's what would happen with these guys, but people leave for different reasons all the time. The whole thing is that if they lost a key character where they couldn't carry it on without him, they'd have to figure out a way to wrap it up. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be able to go on. I think for certain losses they wouldn't be able to.
Take an idea. Let's say the guy who plays Rick, Lincoln, wherever his last name.
Andrew Lincoln.
Andrew Lincoln. Okay, he decides, no, after season 7, I'm done with the show. Okay, he just straight out says it. Now, how does that change the arc of the show? How's that gonna,
Well, I have no idea. I'm not the writer.
Well,
and
I'm
I'm
just
not the
asking you.
creator.
You're
But I'm
as a
just
fan,
saying.
how would you like that as a fan of the show who doesn't read the comic book? And you got to keep in mind, his character is still alive and up to now. I mean, part of the comic book.
No, I understand. It has nothing to do with that. They can change it from the comic book. That is not a problem I have.
No, okay.
But the story is being told through kind of Rick and Carl's eyes. Everybody else on it, although it is a ensemble cast, it's still Rick and Carl's story.
Okay, so then we take that out. Who do we follow now? We just follow is now Carl the spinoff. I mean, the reason I'm asking
Well,
is
I don't know if it'll work if they start following somebody else. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it won't work. I just don't know that it will.
and that's the point. That's my point. Is I think these actors know how pivotal their roles are in each of these characters. I mean, if you're there and your character dies natural from the show, then that's cool. But I think if my character is still around till I may be doing the show for 3 more years, I can at least get a set schedule to do other projects. Okay, so I think a lot of actors are changing their idea of that.
I hear you on everything you're saying. I'm just saying though, people leave for various reasons. It might not have anything to do with the stuff you're talking about, and it would still cause somebody, even in that position where they're like, I could stay on this for all this time. There are reasons people would leave, and so if that happened and they couldn't replace them, and I don't know who that would be. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't seem like there's anybody they can't kill off, or anybody they're not unwilling to kill off, except for Glenn. So, so again, I don't know that it would be a problem, but I do really think that in the long run, it really hinges, and they could lose somebody so pivotal that other people start kind of, losing the feeling for it. Like, say if Andrew Lincoln did leave, and everybody else just kind of went, well, I kind of feel the way he does now, you know, because that does cancer in the system breeds cancer kind of thing, you know. So sometimes that happens. Now again, I'm not wishing anything on this. This show could go on for the next 50 years. My ass is going to watch every night. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's not Fear of the Walking Dead, at least, you know. So,
But you're gonna give it another chance, though, right? We're not. I mean, this is a different show right now, but
yeah, no, I'm not giving Fear of the Walking Dead another chance. If after the first couple episodes, like, people are like, holy crap, they really came back. Like, if I start hearing feedback like that, yeah, I'll probably check it out.
so you're not
But-
gonna watch the first episode.
No. I have no
Wow, that
interest.
changes. That's funny because that's a exclusive, people. Because you're like,
Yeah.
I'll watch the first episode. I'm gonna stick with it. But you actually over time you realize,
No, I was just tired of it. As a matter of fact, I even saw a little preview trailer thing that just happened to. It popped up that a new trailer was out. I guess it was like a week ago.
yeah, I haven't seen
And
it.
it just had nothing. I'm just like, there's no interest there. It just doesn't look. You know, it's not. They showed the boat and they showed like a raft at the end, which was full of zombies or something. It's
They
like,
showed
dude,
a
come
raft full of zombies. Are you
that,
serious?
you know what I mean? It's one of those things that where you're like, dude, this show's got no hope.
They went the
man.
wrong
They don't know
direction.
what
Why
they're
they go to
doing.
the ocean? They should have went inland. I don't know. Or maybe they're trying.
And they apparently are, because I believe they're going to go to Mexico, and I find that interesting, but it just doesn't seem like anyone knows what they're doing there. And let them do their thing. And again, if I start hearing feedback from people going, "Wow, man, this show really is something you should watch," then yeah, maybe I'll come back and check it out. It's not like it's you know.
Well, this
But-
is a great opportunity, people. I mean, this is great. I'm gonna ask you a question. What could they do to change with everything you know? Okay, now you're the head writer of. Hey, Ross, we need you to fix Fear the Walking Dead. People are not liking it. What can we do different? How can we turn this around? What's your ideas? What would you spit to them?
To be honest with you, I don't even know. Like, because the thing is, I don't care about any of the characters. So that'd be the first thing I would do is, you know, start writing characters that somebody can, you know, that there's some interest in, that they have some kind of sympathy. Like, nobody in it makes me feel anything. I don't care about the drug addict. I don't care about his snobby mom or his hippie dad or any of that stuff. Like, none of those people have any, you know,
So-
there's really nothing there. And so, well, that's the reason why this show is so good, is I actually, everybody in it I have an interest in. Even the people, like, I know everybody complains about Carl, but I'm interested in what happens to Carl. I like his storyline. Rick is a great character, all the way back from when he was sharing fries with Shane in the squad car at the very beginning of the pilot episode, and he's just being human, and he's trying to, you know, get inside Shane's head, or no, Shane was trying to get inside his head, and he wouldn't really talk. And just all that stuff, like, it just made it interesting. And then when they introduced Lori, like, I liked her character and the complexity that she was kind of, you know, because again, she thought he was dead. She thought he wasn't coming back. So here she is fooling around with the next guy, which she wouldn't be in the wrong doing. But now, boom, and it threw this complication in there. And she did the right thing. She went back to Rick. You know, she didn't dick tease with the guy. She told him straight up, he's back. What do you want me to do?
Let's talk about a new character. The new character introduced in this episode was Jesus. Now, based on this episode, what draws you to this character or not? I mean, what's working, what's not?
Yeah, I don't really have any. The fact that he can fight really good is kind of, I'd like to know more about that. The fact that he's clean cut and, you know what I mean? All the little details about him. I'm interested in knowing where he comes from and who he is, but right now, as far as he goes, I don't know enough about him to care. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that it won't change over the next
Now,
episode.
just on first impressions. So, do you see him as a good guy or a bad guy at this point?
That right now, I honestly have no idea. I wouldn't trust him for anything. He just doesn't. All of his actions so far say he's not trustworthy. And I would go by his actions. There's nothing he can say to me that I would give a fuck about. And the fact that he tried to steal the truck, the fact that he was, you know, kind of jumped them, the fact that he set up the firecrackers to, you know what I mean? It's like everything that happened was sort of pre-planned. It's like there was more going on there than they know. And that would make me untrustworthy. I'm with Daryl 100%. I don't think the guy's trustworthy.
Interesting. Well, we're going to find out more about him.
And I would have left his ass up the tree. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. Based on what happened in this episode, I wouldn't even brought him back. I wouldn't have brought him back. I wouldn't have.
Yeah. Nope. Not even. He wouldn't have gotten
Especially
in the
after we
truck.
lost that truck with all that shit in it, which
Absolutely.
That alone.
He would have gone. He'd have gone right down behind it.
he's like, I really want to shoot you in the head right now. It's like,
I seriously, the guy's useless. In fact, he's a liability, and so in this world, liabilities can't be tolerated right now.
and one thing we didn't really touch on this particular episode, which is really good discussion, is with Daryl and Rick, and that discussion they were having about, you were right, we should let nobody else in. Just Daryl saying this because that's what you said at the beginning, and
Right,
Rick,
they kind of flipped from where they
yeah,
were.
and it was kind of cool because when Rick was trying to reach out to Jesus, ask him the 3 questions, freaking Daryl stopped him.
Yeah, Daryl's like, not this guy,
Yeah,
man.
no.
Yeah,
But
sometimes you got to make that call, though.
the thing is, because of what Rick has gone through, you see he's trying to be a little more humane, and not just so quick decision. Okay, now is that a good thing or a bad thing at this point? To me, I think he's able to actually morph everything he picked from the past, or is making who he is now. So we still have those elements of the last 5 seasons, and this is the Rick we got now from that. And
Right,
it grows.
he's
Yeah.
diplomatic enough to be able to pause and assess the situation, but he's still Rick enough that he'll bite your fucking jugular out if it comes to that.
And I'd like to see, the thing is so freaking cool that I don't know was this meant to be or what, but when they point the guns at Jesus, where they're pointing at, like Daryl had a straight headshot like into their brain, and freaking Rick was a little bit lower to the throat, like more painful. It was just, to me, that's what I got from it. It could have been just the way it was set up, but it seemed like the most humane kill was gonna be done by Daryl, and Rick was gonna make it fucking violent right in the neck. It didn't look at. I might be wrong, people.
Rick always seems to be pointing his gun down just a little bit for some reason. I always notice that.
Yeah. So to me, it made a statement.
It's a heavy gun.
It's a heavy gun. I don't think he got bullets in that shit.
He's like, so what are you gonna do? Shoot me over a truck? I was like, yes.
Yes.
I was literally talking to the screen. Yes, we're gonna shoot you over a truck right now.
Okay, so let's talk about the big surprise at the end real quick. Let's talk about that. Now, when you saw them both on the couch, just the end of the day, they did the whole couple thing, how your day go, this and that. Did you not already get a vibe that they're gonna end up hooking up at that point, or you thought these are good friends? What were your thoughts?
Not at all. When they were sitting there, it just started to seem like, at first it seemed like they were going to make it innocent enough. But again, Walking Dead never does that. And then once their hands touched, it's like, oh, it's on. Like that was the end of it. And all I could think was, no, don't be happy. This show doesn't do good when you're happy. You can't be happy. It won't last. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I do want to say Telltale, who makes a great Walking Dead video game, they have 2 seasons of it, actually has a new edition that's out. It's coming out this week, I believe, and it's the Michonne story here. And apparently there's some episodes in the comic book that she's missing from. And this covers that span. So I'm really interested in seeing what they do with it. I love the way they write these stories. It's on Steam for like $15, so it's not going to be an epically long thing. It's not going to be the 5 episodes. I don't believe. I think it's just one standalone game. But I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully by next week when we're doing this, I'll be able to have a little review for you guys to talk
I would like
about.
to hear that, because I do own season 1 and 2 of this game series, and
But you have too much of a life to play video
I
games.
played some of it. I forget where I'm at though.
Dude, I told you, get a divorce and get rid of the kids, and then you'll have all the free time you want, and you can play video. No offense to your wife. You're wonderful. I like you, but he wants to play video games, so it's not my fault.
I would increase my video game intake with some changes. But I'm almost it took me a year and 14 months, but I'm at the end of Alien. I'm about to finish the game.
Hey. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, and back in the day, I did finish games pretty quick. And walking,
Yeah, no, you finished Resident Evil 2 in a really short time. I remember.
it was a day and a half. Both disc people.
Oh, it's
There's a
pathetic.
good story to tell one of these days. Anyway.
Yeah, one of these days on a different podcast,
Yeah.
probably.
All right, but tell you what, people, overall, it's probably one of my favorite episodes because it didn't need a lot of zombie action. I love the story arc in this particular one. We're introduced to Jesus, which leads to another event, and it leads us to Negan. So I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm really, really excited about the next couple episodes. I just tell you what, I'm more excited about season 7 than I am about this one here. And
Well, what I'm hoping for the next few episodes, I hope they ramp it up slowly to the finale. Like they don't need to go fast again. The first episode, even though the first half of the season, although it only covered a few days, was nonstop, right? And so now I like the idea that they can kind of take their time with it. I like that it's a different pace, and I hope they kind of keep that.
Mm-hmm.
And do it like a slow build at this point.
I have to say, the season 6 has turned out to be one incredible season. And again, I beginning of the season, I always hear all this hype is going to be the best ever. Kirkman's a great hype man, and he's been delivering this season. So I'll give up to him. He's done a great job. So I can't bitch about it. It's this right here has made one of the best episodes of the season. So it's a great structure. And where was Carol during all this?
She didn't. She was resting. Those Sith mind tricks that she was doing, those wipe you out. So she's sleeping.
Man, she's lurking, man. I bet she's like fucking. Where is Carol in the episode? You got to find her. Man,
I didn't think about that. Ooh, I like that idea. Yeah. They should do that. They should do a Where's Carol.
I'm telling you, man. She's a woman. If she's not around, I'm more freaked out. My eyes on her, people.
Yeah, no, she will kill you by telekinesis.
We've seen it in the last episode. She killed a boy with her mind.
With his
mind. She planned that shit. She knew how long it take that egg to hatch.
Yep.
She knew what would it take to snap and get that boy killed. She killed that boy. I don't care what you said.
She was the alien, and it was a brain burster that just came out.
A little boy was eaten on TV as a zombie, and no one bitched about it like that.
Yeah, that is cool, huh? I love this show.
I'm telling you, people, Carol's a badass. Carol is a badass. That's fun.
Yep. And I'm ready for more Carol. And next week, I think we're going to see her. And especially considering what they already went through with the wolf, it'll be very interesting to see how Carol deals with the Jesus.
Interesting.
Yep.
You're hitting on some key points there. But as usual, you're right on it, Ross, out there. And where are you again?
I'm in L.A. Oh, my God, this place. Don't come here. If you're thinking of coming here, go somewhere else. This is...
But you stay
there.
No,
I mean, it's great. Yeah, it's wonderful.
I tell you, man, I've been out there a bunch of times. I always hang out with Ross, and it's just La La Land. It's just so funny. Every time I go out there.
What's the first thing that you hear whenever you get here?
The first thing that I hear?
Yeah, what do you hear when the first thing you hear?
You got me.
And you'll know the answer when I say it. It's sirens, police helicopters. It's like the minute you get out of the airport, it's like already there's sirens going on.
It is true. When I hang out, we do see a lot of police. At one time, we saw like 3 cars on one car. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right. We do see a lot of sirens.
This place, the cops are nuts. They're everywhere. I didn't say that. He said it in Texas. You guys are wonderful. Keep doing a good job.
It's funny because out here, I rarely hear sirens. If we do hear it, it's someone must be hurt. They're gonna have a bad day. Hope they'll be okay.
Out here, it's like, oh, they didn't do anything. Cops are coming anyway.
Do they have the car chase channel there yet? I mean, do they still do those?
Oh, absolutely. The Idiot of the Day, I call it. And they have it on, it's on every channel. It's what the news puts on so that they don't have to tell you that they're not reporting the news. Anyway, we're getting far away from this thing. I'm Ross Miller, and we will catch you next week. Like I said, maybe I'll even bring you a review of the video game, and it's going to be a fun week. So catch you guys.
Yep.
Oh, wait, hang on. And then
you got Tony
this
Lamar
guy here.
You got Tony Lamar here, people. Thanks for coming out. You can find me online at Tony_Lamar on Twitter. People, I'm out there. And once again, thanks for hanging out.
Yep, and I'm at Punctual Pothead. So enjoy yourselves. Bye.